Hello everybody, Michael here for Tactica Imperialis with the first update in the IDICBeer New Year's Painting Challenge. My exams are over at long last, which means, as I promised myself, I can now get on with painting the gun. I've actually promised myself not to hobby at all during my exam period. My Dark Elves may have something to say about that. But I've got on with painting the gun. I base coated it pretty much with silvers, reds, golds, kind of like I said I was going to, and oranges. I've also done an orange dry brush over sort of these panel areas. You can probably see it's a little bit brighter than the red. Probably going to stick with that. We'll see about that. From here, I am going to, well, paint the crew, because at the moment the crew are still undercoated. I took your advice from the last episode, so I washed it in some warm soapy water. I then gave it 2 undercoats of Abaddon Black, or Chaos Black as it used to be known, and then I just got on with the base coating, which has often required 2 coats on anything particularly bright. So the red I did in 2 coats just as a precaution. The silver I think I managed in 1 coat. The orange I had to do in 2 coats. The gold I've had to do in 2 coats. Resin is a pain in the butt to paint. End of discussion. It's a pain. Because you'd have to do everything in 2s. Like, I have to do my elf flesh on my plastic models in 2 coats, but that's elf flesh, it's ridiculously bright, but everything on this has to be done in 2 coats because it just doesn't adhere at all well. I understand why, but just a little bit frustrating. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to tidy up the base coat, because there's a couple of bits that I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, right, I need to tidy that up a little bit. So once that's done, I'm going to give it a thorough wash, probably 2 washes in some places, such as on the silvers. Probably get a second wash. I wish I kind of had a Badab Black wash. Not Badab Black, Devlin Mud or Agrax Earth shade, because that is a really useful shade. In fact, looking at my Badab Black, it is a bit low, so probably going to head to GW at some point in the next week or so, pick up a new black and a mud wash, because I find that brown wash to be so helpful back in the day. And then we'll get it washed and then we'll start highlighting. We're going to probably keep with the colour scheme we've sort of established here, maybe some more yellows and things just to help bring out some details, and then we're going to try and do the battle damage that I talked about in the last episode. We're also going to paint the crew because, well, they need to be painted as well. He won't stand up, he will. So we're going to get those 2 guys there, or 3 guys, painted up next as well. We'll get them base coated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do them kind of like my orcs, just with 1 shade brighter. So with my orcs, I go Caliban green, black wash, and then Elysian green as a highlight. Sorry, Grot. That's my 2 coats for my orcs. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to start with the Elysian green, and then I'm going to wash, and then I'm going to highlight, and I just sent my Grots flying with Ogre and Camo. Hang on, where did that other Grot go? I've actually managed to lose my 2 Grots and a Spanner. I feel very, very dumb. I'm going to have to find those. Aha. There we go. Found them. There we go. Sent that flying. So yeah, I'm going to do them basically like my orcs, but 1 tone brighter. These in green, then Ogre and Camo. And that's probably how I'm going to do Grots from here on out. There's not much more I can really do other than that. Like, the clothing will just be done in brown, probably. Or, yeah, probably just brown, because Grots don't get fancy clothing like my orcs do, by colours. Some silvers, some reds maybe if they've got any armour, which I don't think they actually do. And then we'll pretty much be done. I'll probably try and get an update out next week for where we're at. Just so you can stay on top of it, because I know most people have probably either finished the painting challenge or are well along with it. But I have got a little extra thing that I want to try and add in. I don't know, I haven't really read Nick's rules, but if there is option for a late entry, I have done something else. What I've got there is a Stormcast Eternals Prosecutor. Kieran has a bunch of spare Stormcast from his 2 starter sets. He's converted most of them into Bloodbound, but he couldn't do anything with the Prosecutors. So he's given me 3 to work on, and this is the first one. So if I just put it in, I have 2 more Prosecutors, so I've got a second one here and a third one here. So I'm going to add them into the challenge once the gun is done. I'm going to paint them up or just use them on the side. As far as this guy goes, he's painted with a nice red armor, which I've then made into a lacquered red armor with a coat of Ard coat, which is really handy, by the way. It really helps to add the shine to the arms. It looks like it's been lacquered. The wings are really simple, and I've sort of followed a similar approach to the runes in his scroll things like I did with my Dark Elder. I just painted in and then wiped it off because I just find that a million times easier. I actually managed to get this prosecutor done really, really quickly. It's only like a 1-day job to paint. You set about 3 hours aside and you can easily paint him start to finish, which is really great. So I'm going to add the other 2 prosecutors in. The one issue is this guy fits on a square base, and this guy is exactly the same model, will fit on a square base. But this one just does not fit on a square base, so I might have to get some bigger bases, which I can then stand them on, because I didn't get the circular bases when I got the kit off of Kieran, which is fine. I mean, I understand why, but still, it'd be nice to have them. Anyway, that is all for today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Leave any comments down below where we could go next with the gun. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the prosecutors all to one paint scheme. I've got this idea for like a jet black magma pattern armor, but we'll see about that. So let me know in the comments below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Michael for Tactica Imperialis. Until the next time, I'll see you all again. Bye for now.